Oh, hey, hi there. So it's been a long time, years since I've done a palette tour video, and yeah, I'm gonna do one. It's 2023. I have purged and collected, and I'm excited to do a palette tour and show you all what I have. And I want to say a couple things. First, when I used to watch people's videos, palette tours, and haul videos, and they would say things like, you do not need to have this many paints. I have this many because I have this YouTube channel. And I think, who are you to tell me how many paints I need to have? I want it all, baby. Um, I do work as a professional artist, meaning I sell my original artwork. So that has funded a lot of my art purchases, art supply purchases, but then also I collected them over multiple years, birthdays, holidays, all those types of things. So I didn't build this collection all at once. That being said, I feel very blessed to have the art supplies that I have. I love them, and they're they're fun. I love them. So I'm excited to show you what I have. I will show you what I have, and I will say this. Um, I personally don't drink, and I don't smoke, and I don't do drugs, and I'm healthy. So if I spend my money on art supplies, which by the way, I do earn money selling my artwork and selling my art classes, that is perfectly fine. And you should feel empowered to get whatever you want as well, because life is short. Buy what makes you happy, and art supplies make me happy. So that's the disclaimer right there. But I love what I have. So I'm excited to do my palette tour, and this is just what I had like near me. And yeah, welcome to my video. Let's start going forward. Thanks for being here and checking it out. Okay, so really quick, one more time before I start, I just want to say one more thing. This video could be pretty lengthy because I have a lot of palettes. And so with that in mind, I'm not going to take a whole lot of time going over my thoughts on palettes. Just because it could be, I don't know, hours. So I'm just going to kind of quickly go through what I have. And then if you're interested in hearing more about a particular brand or a particular palette, I would be so excited to do that video for you. But you're going to have to comment in the comment below and let me know what you want to know about. I have been planning to do review videos for years and years, and I just haven't gotten to it. What happened was I started with M. Graham and realized how much I hated M. Graham and ended up selling all of my M. Graham paints except for one little tiny palette. Uh, and so I thought, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. But if you're interested in knowing about any of these art supplies, a comment below and I'll do a review video. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Let's get on with it. Hey, so uh, we're back. So the first palette I wanted to show you is this custom made metal palette that I take. I buy these and I separate that center so I can fit in more half pans, and this one has 63. This is 63 of my favorite watercolors. This is my favorite watercolor palette. It's got all my favorites of all the brands that are my favorites. And so this watercolor palette has Magellan Mission Gold, Daniel Smith, Core, Schmincke, so a couple St. Petersburg White Knights, which are my favorites. Okay, what you won't see in here is any Winsor & Newton. Yes, I had a whole palette of their professional brand, the 36 colors, and I sold that because, you know what, once I started doing these review videos, I realized that I never use it. I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's that great of a watercolor brand. I also sold my M. Graham for the same reasons. And I did do a review video on the M. Graham, so that's somewhere on my channel. I'll see if I can link it below, but these are my favorites. And yeah, I also sold all my St. Petersburg White Knights because here's what I found out. Because I have so many palettes, right? So this is my favorite watercolor palette. Is that I do have a favorite brand, which I'll tell you about towards the end. But all of the brands have colors that I like for certain reasons. And so anyway, that's my favorite. Okay, so I wasn't going to get bogged down. Here we go. This is my custom Schminky palette. I bought all these colors individually. I think it cost me like I think I have it written down here somewhere how much I paid. Well, let's put it this way. Buying them individually, I could have bought the 48 color set on sale and had all that. I wish I had, but that's not what I did. I have so many watercolors now that it would be very difficult for me to buy more, even if I had the money for that 48 set on sale, which is on sale right now. It would be difficult to justify because I have more than I can use in a lifetime. But this is my custom Schminky palette, and here's what I say about Schminky. It doesn't have the best re-wettability, and I think the earth tones are weak but ugly, but Schminky are dreamy to work with. Mixing and painting them is pleasurable, and I have my favorite colors in my main palette. So the colors I do not like in this Schminky palette are the Turner Yellow, it's cloudy. The ochres are weak. The transparent red deep is dull when it dries. The madder red deep is dull when it dries. And the Payne's is gray is like black. And the Viridian's weak. And I love the chrome yellow, the nice bright geranium. Wow, geranium, yeah. Is that my main palette? I don't even think it made it into my main palette, but it's a gorgeous color. I love that. It is Pigment Red 242. Okay, you might wonder why I always tell folks about my, and that's, I think, 24 in there. You might wonder, see, I always put more in the center. You might wonder why I tell folks the pigment number, and here's why. Because there's only so many pigments in existence. All your colors, your auto colors, your home paint colors, your professional artist colors, they're all made from the same pigments. There's a limited amount of pigments. So, it doesn't make sense to buy Pigment Red, what was that? The geranium. Pigment Red 242 in every single brand. If you know the pigment number, it's going to be pretty similar. Some brands are a little bit better than others, but for the most part, it's going to be the same across all the brands. And they make their own colors. And anyway, you should know the pigment numbers because otherwise you're going to buy that color in every single brand because it's the same pigment. Anyway, that's my little soap operas. Okay, this is one of my, I hardly ever use this palette because I've been using it fresh, but when I decided to up my gouache game, because I love gouache, I decided to go with Shinhan Pass. It's a hybrid gouache, so that means it's a watercolor and gouache, and so I have 48 set of that, and this palette has them all, and what I like about Shinhan gouache is, you can have it in a palette and it's easily rewettable, but I do prefer it fresh out of the tube, so I will get to that palette later. But this has the whole collection, and yeah, I love it. And I actually got this on eBay and made an offer and got it for a hell of a deal. So that's what I recommend if you want Shinhan. Anyway, I recommend the gouache. I haven't tried every brand, but I like their gouache. They're the one that I decided to make the biggest investment in. And it was between them and the Magello White class, which I did buy this sample palette of Magello White class and ended up going with the Shinhan. So, but I've got this little sample palette, which I also bought on eBay. So you could get for quite a deal on eBay. I don't remember what I paid for this sample palette. But it was, you know, a bargain compared to buying the whole 36 sets. So, yeah, those are the colors. So this is gouache. The first palette was watercolor. Well, yeah. Watercolor, my favorite 63 watercolors from all the brands, which I'm going to do a swatch video of this particular palette and tell you why I like the colors that are in here. But not today. And then this one is all Schminky. It's a custom Schminky palette. My favorite colors are also in the big one. Then this is Shinhan Pass. It's a gouache watercolor hybrid. And then this is the Magello Magello White class. which is the Magello's version of the hybrid gouache. So it's a hybrid gouache as well. And then I mark which ones aren't light fast because I do sell my work. It's really hard for me to get past that, and lately I've just been digitizing my work and releasing it as prints for a wider variety of reasons, but also for my my audience, a wider audience. But then also I can use some beautiful colors that I wouldn't normally use in my work because they're not light fast. Okay, so this is one of the first gouache sets that I got when I was teaching a class, and I still like it. I don't use it a lot because it's a Caran d'Ache. I used to recommend it to all my students because it's inexpensive. It's just a beautiful set. But this color is not light fast that comes in it, and I've added. I used to have a little tube of white gouache, which is crap here, and I added some. I think these are Winsor & Newton. I do like Winsor & Newton designer gouache. It's really excellent, although some of it's not light fast. So again, this color is gorgeous. It's not light fast, so I replaced it with the Winsor & Newton Quin Magenta, which is very light fast. It's PR 122, and so this is the original, and this is the replacement, which is here. And yeah, I think it worked out well. So my added colors in here are Winsor & Newton PG50, which is their cobalt teal, and that's one of my favorite colors. You'll see it in a lot of my palettes. Their primary yellow, which is PY74 and 138, and I also love that color. I love this, no, this is permanent rose, but when I get to that palette, I'll tell you about it. Anyway, and then the blue. These are all Winsor & Newton. I do like Winsor & Newton designer gouache. Okay. So that is my Caran d'Ache palette. And then I have these Kuretake. They're like the Japanese watercolors in the Starry Nights. I love these. They're real subtle, especially on white watercolor paper. I like to sometimes use them on top of my paintings for a little sparkle, and they work out pretty great that way. I don't know if I'd buy them again, though. They're not... I think I would like to get that Rubens palette that's pretty glittery. It's now $50, so I haven't bought it because, as you can see, I have lots, so I don't need more. Okay, these are my Gonzi Tommies. Get ready for ugly. This is so ugly. I really love this palette, though. Okay, the reason you're going to say, why does your palette look like that? Because that is just bad, bad, bad. My palette looks like this, and here's my swatch chart for this. I got one on the lid, but also I make one, right? Oh, these colors are just so beautiful, right? My favorite. Carmine, Rose Madder, of course, right? Everything's just beautiful. They're all transparent. They're just beautiful. And they're all, I believe they're all light fast, too. I do light fast tests on all of my paints. I don't trust the manufacturer light fast ratings because sometimes they lie. Sorry, they just do. So what I do is, let me grab one of my swatch card charts. Do I have any in the window? Yeah, I guess I have one in the window right now. Oh, I guess it's been in there. It's been in there, you're going to see it first here. It's been in the window since I did it, June 18th, 2022. It's 2023, so that's long enough. And what I do is I paint it down, and I paint it down the other side, and I put it in a window that gets direct morning sun. Artwork's not normally going to be in direct sun, but I still want to know. And at least 6 months, okay? You'll know by 6 months if it's going to fade or not. And then I cover it with the white piece of paper, and then you can see. And this is the Arteza. The Arteza gouache, which is really inexpensive, which I don't even... Yeah, I'll show it to you. I don't have it in a palette per se. I have it in the box, but anyway, so I do a swatch chart. I put white and I stick it in a window that gets a direct morning sun, and I date it. Then I usually at least 3 months. I start checking it out 3 months and 6 months, uh, and then I know for myself how light fast the colors are. Okay, so this peach red, not very light fast, but not too bad. You know, it just minimal color shift there. The ballerina pink is pretty bad. It goes from ballerina pink to ugly gray. But other than that, most of the palette is light fast. It looks pretty good, right? So I feel pretty confident selling work created with this product. That's how I do my light fast tests. And then I have a folder that I keep all those tests in. So that's how I do my light fast tests. I know I've had students ask, what's that mean? It means, like, is your paint going to last? Is it going to shift? Are you going to sell your artwork and then 6 months from now the pink has disappeared? Because you don't want that if you're selling your artwork. These colors are light fast. They're beautiful. I recommend this set. It's inexpensive. I couldn't stand the size because I'm working in this little space and it takes up too much space. It's ridiculous size. So what I did and why my palette looks like so crappy here is that I took pieces out, and it's very hard, like hard candy. So it was difficult to do, I'll tell you that. And I put them in this little palette that I had from another cheapo brand when I really like this palette. See? And I put the name, and I got all the colors in here. This is a little easier for me to manage on the go and on my desktop. And so I've also added some extra colors that I just had nowhere else to put. They're not going to fit in my 63 palette. I like this one. I use it. So I put it in there. Yeah. So I'm going to have to finish this up later. And I'm back. We ended off with the Ganzi Tambi, the Kiritaki Ganzi Tambi that I put into the smaller palette, which makes it more usable to me. Love these paints. It's Japanese watercolor in it. They're all light fast, and it's just, they're gorgeous. I highly recommend it. Okay. So now I have I have this big container of just a mixture of palettes that I'm going to go through next. And the first one in here is this really inexpensive palette that I got from Amazon. I paid $18.99 for it. Right? Is that cheap or what? But these colors, it's totally, well, I'll show you the light fast test. So you can see, well, I don't know if you can, how well you can see it, but you can see all this fading. So it's not light fast through the pinks and purples and all that. Totally not light fast. But, you know, if you're not selling your originals, then, you know, I say go for it. It was called Pagos, P-A-G-O-S, 48 colors, Amazon. I paid $18.99 for them with shipping, and the colors are just beautiful. If you're not wanting to invest in like professional quality pigment and light fastness, I mean, I love it. I love these colors. I thought that I would use them for decorative lettering or, you know, stuff that's digital art that wouldn't be digital. I like to do physical art and then digitize it and digitally enhance it. I'm like starting my art digitally. Sometimes I do, like on my cell phone, or I did 30 days of digital painting one time, but I just enjoy, it just loses its charm. It starts all looking the same to me. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, that was the swatch chart here, and that's just an inexpensive palette, and it's in this big tub, so I don't use it. The ones that you've seen here, they're pretty close to me. I use them pretty frequently. This one, I haven't used it in a while, but it's beautiful. The color's beautiful. Okay, next. Okay, I have, and I was debating if I would go through this or not, but I think I will. Hold on a second, I'm gonna grab it so I can show you. It's for my birthday one year. And it is the 72 palette of the Inktense, Derwent Inktense. What happened was I did a review with my granddaughter, and it's somewhere on my channel. And I only had a 12 color set, and yeah, I got the entire set for my birthday because these are lovely. They're not in here because, again, I don't like something this giant, and then it's 2 trays. You know, I'm not ever going to have. I won't ever use them. I won't use it if I have to have something this giant with those big giant trays like that. So, I'm showing you the case, which just sits in the closet with the rest of my supplies. And this Caran d'Ache is the same way, but I'll get to that later. This is where I store them. I store them in here because this can sit here and then I use it, right? I love the Derwent Inktense. They're lovely, lovely, lovely. You might wonder, how do I know without a swatch chart? Well, I've got a swatch chart of all the colors that are in there, and this is it. But since I have Inktense, I have 3 brands in there, which I'll get into when I get there. They're all in this little handy dandy swatch chart I can grab when I need a color and see what color I want. These are all watercolor pencils and Inktense, or Derwent Inktense. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But anyway, so I got they came out with these little Inktense paint pan sets, and I got it. I got this one. I never use this. I will never use it. I think the colors are not very attractive. It's just not my style, so I'm not crazy about them. But this is the Derwent Inktense palette number 1. Came with this. There's my swatch chart. I've used it a couple times, and yeah, I won't buy any more. But I did just get the blocks. That's the same as, well, no, it's 36 set of blocks. That was on my wish list at Amazon, and I don't have that yet, but maybe I'll have it by the time I finish this review. So I've got that, but I don't use it. Okay, this palette. This is a custom gouache palette, and in this palette I have Holbein. It's all Holbein and Winsor & Newton. So it's a custom palette. Custom, I really like it because you can mix on this. I obviously haven't been using it because I've been using another palette I should have showed you before I showed this because it's sitting right behind me, and it's fresh gouache. But look at, aren't these colors beautiful? So Winsor & Newton designer gouache is probably one of my favorites, but I haven't tried the Schmincke, and because it's hella expensive, but maybe I'm going to because I really love gouache. To me, gouache is like acrylic without the mess. So this is my professional gouache palette. I have Holbein in here and Winsor & Newton designer gouache, and they're both pretty light fast, I think. Nothing in here says not light fast, so yeah, so it's a lovely palette, right? I mean, wow. And so here's another swatch chart of what's in there. And yeah, these were all, the only color that's not light fast is this red, that Winsor & Newton Primary Red. It's PR 170. It is a beautiful red, but it is so fugitive. Oh my gosh, not light fast at all. And it also crumbles and it's hard to reconstitute. I think I added some glycerin in it, and that made it more usable because it's really tough to, you want to use it fresh. It's really not usable any other way but fresh. The Winsor & Newton PR 170, which is a beautiful color. Okay, so that's that gouache palette. And I'm not even, I don't know if I'll show you Afton's palettes or not, because she probably has, probably as many palettes as I do. Yeah. She spoils. Okay, so this is my Magello Mission Gold watercolor palette. It's the first expensive professional watercolor palette I invested in. I did lots of research on YouTube, and this is my favorite brand of all time. And, you know, okay, so these are just my opinions. All artists have different opinions. This is why Magello Mission Gold is my very favorite brand of all time. They're lovely to work with. They're easy to re-wet. Their colors are beautiful. You will not find a more vivid set, maybe the PH Martin's Radiance, but they are not light fast. You will not find a more vivid set of watercolors than the Magello Mission Gold watercolors. They're real easy to work with. And so the reason that they're my favorite, besides everything else, is that they're formulated to minimize color shift. So I don't know about you all, but one of the things that frustrated me when I first started painting with watercolors was I'd have this beautiful painting and then it would dry and it would be like crapola. Well, this brand minimizes that in the way they formulate their colors. And the other thing is I wanted the most vibrant colors I could get because I like vibrant colors, but not only that, I can tone them down. I know how to add complementary colors to mute a color, but you can have vibrant up. It's as vibrant as it is, and it's not going to be more vibrant. And I wanted the most vibrant, and this is it. And I love Magello Mission Gold. They are my #1 favorite. So yeah, that's it. This is one of my favorite palettes, and I love it. So that's that. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna surprise you here because wait, no, I guess I got that. So I love Core. I also love Quartz, my second favorite. Core is my second favorite palette, and I have the 24 set. I also have the 6 chroma set. I love it. I mean, Core is just, if I had to make a recommendation, I would say get that chroma palette, this one with the 6. It's got the cobalt teal, the quinacridone magenta, the nickel azo, I think, the pyro orange, and quinacridone gold. And this, it's beautiful. Get that chroma set. That's the best, I think. So I have quite a bit of Core in my main palette. This is the 24 set. And I have it in the little, I think the chrome one came in this. The big palette, do I still have that? Yeah, I have it. It's full of color. This is my palettes. Anyway, okay, now we're getting into it. Okay, little Holbein. I've always wanted to try Holbein. I bought this off of Etsy. It's like a sample Holbein palette. You know, I'm not so crazy about it. I don't hardly ever use it. I bought it. I have it. The tin's cute. I just don't, there's nothing in here that wows me that I feel like I have to get more. That's all I'm going to say about that. Although I do lust over that 60 color 100, I think it's 120 set. $120 on Amazon. I don't know, but okay, so this is just a palette that I'm throwing stuff in that I don't know where else to throw. I did a trade with somebody, so I've got like lots of this is Daniel Smith in this top row. So I've got the Potter's Pink and just some colors I wanted to try. The Rhododendrite, I don't know what that's called. The Rose Violet, the purple Shadow Violet, I think. I don't know what the purple is. No, Shadow Violet here. And then the Moon Glow. That's a beautiful color. I'd like to find space for it in my main palette, but I haven't yet. Magnesium Blue, which I love, but I hate it. I hate it in Daniel Smith. I had to replace it because it's so freaking hard to reconstitute. That's the thing with Daniel Smith. A lot of people love Daniel Smith, and it's not that I don't love Daniel Smith. It's just that they're so expensive, and for regular pigments I can get anywhere else. Why would I get them from Daniel Smith? What I reserve my Daniel Smith purchases for is the unusual granulating colors that I can't get anywhere else. And then even sometimes like this is unusable to me. It's so hard to reconstitute and so hard to use. You know, they need to work on that. They could do things to make that easier to reconstitute and easier to use. So that's what's going on. I forgot I even have this. Okay. Next. Yeah, I'm a collector of palettes too. Travel palettes. I just love them. Oh my god. I'd have more if I could contain myself. Look at this little dream, right? Ta-da! I don't ever use it, but it's a lovely. It's got General Smith. I think this is all. Yeah, this might be all Daniel Smith. So it's just a little travel palette with a little bit of stuff. And it's adorable, right? It comes with the water. It's all full. It's got a little pen and a pencil and a sponge and that. And I don't know. I set it up and I don't ever use it. It's adorable though. It's a little bulky for what I do. Okay, this is what I have left of M-Gram. I had quite a lot of M-Gram, and this is all I have left. I'll see if I can find the sheet. Maybe in this book. Where I have some swatches and stuff. Well, I guess I don't have it. I have it, but it would take too long to find, so I'm not going to find it. But this is what I have left. I sold all my M-Gram because, well, you can watch the review video, but in the long story short, it is really difficult to work with, and if I hadn't gone to do this review of it, I would never even have realized it. Even its own colors are difficult to mix, and it's such a mess. And this is all I have left of M-Gram. I don't know. I guess I don't have a... color chart in there. I have a color chart on the cover. So yeah. This Hansa Yellow Medium. Pigment Yellow 97 is my very favorite yellow of all time. This is Pigment Red 209. That's a really nice pigment as well. The prices on these, they sell these locally here, and they're really affordable, and that's why I had a big set of them. I bought them individuals. And okay, these are Neocolor 2s. I also got this big giant, the big set for my birthday, and thing. There's this giant. So there's nothing in there. These ones are even more flimsy, these trays. There's 2 trays. I would never have something this giant all over my desk. So they're not in there either. They are in here. They're all on this little side thing. So they're fabulous. I just want to tell you, they are fabulous, okay? So I did a review on an unboxing and like a swatching thing when I first got them. That video's on my channel. But I realized that you can, like when you sharpen them, you can save the shavings and use it like a watercolor palette as well. And they actually work pretty great that way. I had a set of 10, and then 10 or 12, I don't remember. And I did that review video. And that's when I discovered this, and then I was like, okay, I need these. I need this in my life. Yeah. And that's when Afton and I, yeah. So, yeah, I made palette. I saved my shavings and made a little palette, travel palette. I love these little palettes. I get them for like $3.99 at Staples. Yeah. So like, even if you're just doing decorative lettering, right? Oh gosh, what a lovely palette. The colors are beautiful. And this is the Caran d'Ache Neocolors 2. And they are fabulous. So yeah, this is a little palette. I paid $2.99 for these little palettes. And I use them to make palettes for Afton and for stuff like that. What I did there. I might as well just show you this. This is where I keep them. So they're right next to my desk, and you can, around the sides is all that big palette of Neocolors 2, which are lovely. And this is just how I use them, because I wouldn't use them if they were sitting in there and I had to break that out, and no. And so, yeah. And I put these, this is so bad, I store these with this side up, because otherwise you cannot tell from the tip what that color is. And then these are, oh gosh, I guess I'll get the palette for that too. Okay, I'm gonna go take care of that sunshine. Gonna be a little bit of, I'm working on it. Okay, the sun's coming in that opposite window. So anyway, this is the 36 set of the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils. Oh look, there's a white one. That's the only one in there. I'm gonna take that out, put it in here. Yeah, it's empty as well. Same reason. I'm not gonna have this big giant thing on my desk. It goes with my supplies. So what I have is this little thing, and this holds all my Derwent Inktense pencils, all those Albrecht Dürers, Faber-Castells. On the sides is my little Neocolor 2s. And these are Caran d'Ache Museum Aquarels. These are the hella most expensive watercolor pencils I think there are. And they are the best. This is my next big purchase slash gift. I don't know. It's $300 or something like that. Some crazy amount of money, okay? But I'm going to buy them. I would buy them if I can afford it. I would be buying them today, okay? Oh, every time I go to buy them, I end up buying like so many other things because they're so expensive, but they are the best. Afton and I did a comparison between all of these pencils and the Neocolors 2, and these are the best. They're the best. These are another brand of Faber-Castell, the Goldfaber Aquas. They are nothing compared to those Albrecht Dürers. Those are nice. Okay, all of this whole thing right here, this is a swatch book for them. So when I'm looking for a color, I have a little code here, like G is the Goldfaber. That would be 107. Wait, that's not it. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, this one. See, 107 Goldfaber. So I know what they are. And the DI is the Derwent Inktense, and the CD is the Caran d'Ache, and the AD is the Albrecht Dürers, and the Neos are the Neocolors. So I find a color I like, or I want, or I need, and then I grab that corresponding color there, because as you know, it's not always what it looks like here. This is what it's going to look like when it dries, and that's it. And look, it just, oh, is it beautiful? I've got all of these colors. Look at these beautiful grays. Oh, it's lovely. And then these are some, oh, I forgot I even had these. Okay, well, these are over here. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to move you over. Well, here, I'll take a picture of this and I'll insert it. But I have a card over here that has supplies, and these are the Stabilos 3-in-1 woody pencils. I heard people talking about them. I wanted to try them. The grandkids use them. I don't ever use them. They're big, and they're big. And I just got these, the Lyra 48 color. I just got them. And that's their swatch there. I need to find a container. I'm never going to use them in here, as we were discussing, because look at this. I think I don't know if I did a video. But these are like the Neocolor 2s, but they're less expensive. And they're really beautiful, right? Especially just, I mean, look at them. Oh my God, gorgeous. So I need to get another one of these to put, or another container for these, because they're not going to fit in there. Yeah, I have to regroup. Because I also have the Derwent. So that I've received, but I have, and I bought all these. Nobody's sending me nothing, okay? Just so you know. This is all my opinion. This is my opinion. Other artists have different opinion. And nobody's paying me for it. I'm just sharing it with you because I appreciate these videos when I was looking to invest in my materials. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, so here is my gouache palette that I use regularly. And this is mostly the Shinhan with some Winsor & Newton thrown in. I have started investing a little bit in M-Gram gouache, which, you know, it's local, so that's why. But I think I'm going to start investing in Schminke. I don't know. I'm going to try some Schminke. I've got some M-Gram, but most of this particular palette is Winsor & Newton Designer Gouache, and it's all, you can see, pretty well used. Sometimes it starts to get moldy. I spray it with bleach water, and I scoop out the mold and get that out and clean it. That is the palette that I use most of the time for my gouache. And it's really hard for me because it's got 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 colors. You know I have a lot more than 24 colors, so I have to narrow it down to like my very favorite 24 colors. That's what's in there. Okay, I'll put this over here. Okay, so then I have these are PH Martins that I bought open stock because I saw something that said that these were the light fast colors, and they're not light fast. I bought into the hype, man. They're not light fast at all. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull them out of here. I'm going to grab a handful of them. So I just bought them open stock. They just sit in this, I guess I'm going to have to get a picture of this tray. Where my art supplies are, because also I'm not going to be able to grab all my acrylic out of there. But anyway, this is what I have of that. Plastic palettes that I use and the kids use, and I'd like to get some ceramic palettes, but well, I don't know. I have some, actually. That's ridiculous, right? So I just got these Winsor & Newton Artisan Water Mixable Oil Color, and I think I did a video on it too. I don't remember off the top of my head. So those are nice. I really like them. Okay, folks, if you've watched this far, I just want to say thank you. You are dedicated, folks. This is Mahini gouache. It works pretty great. It's fun. I think there's only one color in there that's not light fast, and it was the purple, but I just replaced it with a purple that was light fast, and you know, it's fun. It's not professional gouache, more of a student grade and very inexpensive. But hey, I lost interest, and this has been a very long video, and I'm sorry for all the winding narrow paths that went nowhere that I took you on this ride. But thanks for watching my video. I hope you found it informative. Please like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. All those things you do on the internet cost you nothing, mean a lot. Thank you. Bye.